New additions included the Scotsman Denis Law, who scored for United in the 1963 FA Cup final, a 3-1 win against Leicester City. It was a significant day 5 years on from the disaster.
When you think that the crash was in '58, 5 years later, there Sir Matt was at Wembley to go and win the FA Cup was obviously something very special for him. It was obviously special for everybody else in the game to go there and win.
It was the start of a golden era for Manchester United. Busby added another star to the talented team he already had, joining Charlton and Law, a youngster from Belfast called George Best. The three of them went on to form one of the most devastating combinations English football has ever seen.
We were three different players, and for some reason we gelled for a little spell. If he was in the centre of the field and coming through and he was 30 yards from goal, I knew that he was going to have a shot, and I knew that if he got it on target and the goalkeeper saved it, the chances of him holding it cleanly was very rare, and therefore as soon as I saw him line up for a shot, I would be in on the goalkeeper. So I got a lot of my goals from Bobby, really.
I used to think sometimes, you know, if I was a Man United supporter, it must be great going down to Old Trafford just at this particular time. The fans had to go down because they were afraid that they might just miss that one game where George Best was absolutely sensational, or where Denis Law had sparks seemed to fly wherever he was going, and it was so exciting. And I scored a few goals as well from different distances, you know, and between us all, you know, it must have been really exciting if you were a fan to actually go and watch it. And whenever anybody mentions the best Lord Charlton, you get a little buzz, you know. I think, you know, that was great.
But spare a thought for those who had to play against Bobby Charlton. It was a tough task.
He could really hurt you. I mean, his collection of the ball, his body swerve, I can see it now, his body swerve, which would send you into row Z, and then he'd be back again on direction and just power and, you know, whip the ball with that strike from 30 yards, even 35 yards we've seen him score for.
Meanwhile, Charlton was just as effective for England as he was Manchester United. He'd scored on his debut and never really stopped scoring for his country. His first World Cup action was in Chile, where England reached the quarter-finals. With home advantage due in 1966, the prospects looked good.
Alf Ramsey took charge, and he said we will win the World Cup in 1966 because he could see the players that were starting to come through into the team. You know, Jimmy Greaves, Bobby Moore, and Gordon Banks was the best goalkeeper in the world then, and he realised, you know, that it would be a good team that was going to beat us.
Under Alf Ramsey, England had time to build, and with a hugely talented set of players to work with, expectations were high. And there was home advantage. England would play all their games at Wembley, and the nation was behind them. After a tentative start, a goal by Charlton really got England's challenge going.
Well, I think one of the most notable moments, I guess, which helped relax the team was the fantastic goal he scored against Mexico. Bobby came out with this goal where he beat a couple of people and hit it with his right foot, you know, and an absolute screamer in the top corner of the net.
It was Geoff Hurst who got the crucial goal in a bruising encounter with Argentina. It wasn't particularly pretty, but England were in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Leading up to the semi-final, we'd worked our way into that position. We hadn't played particularly great. What made that semi-final special was it was such a cracking game. You know, we played against Portugal, who are a team that let you play.
Letting England play was surely a mistake. They gave Bobby Charlton the space to destroy them.
scored 2 goals, and we were in the final. It didn't matter who we were playing in the final. You know, we'd gone so far, there was no way that we were going to lose. Alfred worked it out, and he made us aware, you know, that we were better than them. We were better than them, and we had to just go out and prove it.
Bobby was one of the most influential players, if not the influential player of our team. And the Germans, in their manager Helmut Schön, saw this. And what he said to Franz Beckenbauer was that he's the best player in the English side. You've got to make sure, Franz, that you keep an eye on him and mark him throughout the game. What he didn't know, that Sir Alf Ramsey has said to Bobby Charlton, Franz Beckenbauer is the best player on the German side. He's the only player that I think could do something unusual and turn the game. You've got to mark him for 90 minutes. So what we saw was some of the best players we've ever seen marking each other and virtually cancelling each other out.
It was the Germans, though, who drew first blood with a goal from Helmut Haller.
Even when they scored the first goal, I don't think there was any great panic. We thought, no, we'll still go on, and sure enough,